Hi everyone, finally have some alone time so I can record this, and welcome to today's session. I started very weakly, I started very tiredly, and I built momentum throughout the workout due to undeserved success, and once I was done, I felt pretty good all in all. So today I had knee pain. Walking around hurt. Walking in stairs hurt. Going deep in a squat did not hurt the knee. Locking out completely did not hurt the knee. But what I'm doing there, having slightly bent knees, at some point in the range of motion, very close to locking out the knees, but not quite there, I just got very weak in the leg. And that wasn't what happened on that rep, but that was what was happening throughout the day, just walking around, jumping. Didn't feel stable. Felt very unstable, as a matter of fact. And I did a long warm-up, and obviously a long warm-up doesn't help you with your strength, as was seen in that last clip. But the real difference was not my actual strength, since this isn't an absolute max, but rather just my mental strength. So I simply attacked this second attempt a bit more, and it went up no problem. Obviously, there was some struggle, but it wasn't like, it wasn't hard struggle. It was just a short couple seconds of, and then I got it up right there. So all in all, squats went good today. I do feel like my legs felt a bit better after that squat, and yeah. I mean, you can see, if I can do a backflip, then, after having knee pain the entire day, I don't really know how that works, but apparently it does work like that. We'll see if this knee gets better by tomorrow. It would be extremely annoying if this knee problem lasts more than a week, and even if it lasts just a week, that would be pretty bad as well, since I don't have many weeks left. I will train through it, as I do not have the time to do otherwise. I will only stop training if it becomes a very serious issue, and at that point I may not even compete in a national championship this year, because you need to use your legs to kick, you need to use your legs to move. You cannot fight well in Taekwondo with one bad knee. You can't do it. And when I say a bad knee, that doesn't mean a knee that's hurting but is still fully functional, because that's what I've had many competitions, but a knee that hurts to the point to where it's, switching off muscles, and you have to put in crazy extreme effort just to do basic stuff, because your brain is turning off those muscles so you can't use them, so you don't hurt yourself more. When you're that injured, then you can't perform properly. You can perform though, with a little bit of chronic pain and things like that, because the adrenaline masks almost any pain. I've been kicked in the nose and not felt it at all. Obviously, it wasn't the hardest kick in the world, and it's not like I broke anything or like it even bruised my face. But I have been kicked in the nose and not even felt it. I've been kicked in the balls, not even felt it. I've been kicked in the ribs, the stomach, the legs, by accident, of course, because you aren't allowed to kick in the legs. But same thing with the balls, obviously. But adrenaline, makes combat sports basically painless, until you get later into a fight, later into rounds. Once you get a bit of once you calm down a little bit, and once you get a bit tired, then things start hurting. Luckily though, Taekwondo matches are fairly short, and I don't believe that I will be the one feeling the pain in a couple weeks' time. We still don't know yet though, as I haven't gotten anywhere near to this year's goals. Maybe it won't be as dominant as I had initially planned. It probably won't be. My initial training goals for 2021 would basically guarantee me to be a destroyer and to win purely by knockouts and technical knockouts throughout the entire competition, unless I got disqualified from knocking people out. Now I haven't gotten to that level. And I don't have the time to get to the level of the original plan. And I'm just trying to get back to where I was in the end of the summer break, just 2 kilos lighter. And, that's not good. That is really, really bad. that I let myself go like that, and not in the way of getting fat, but in the way of not making progress and simply regressing slightly. I have not made progress in that many areas of my life this year, and I would say that if I don't win a national championship this year, it was not worth it to do any of the things that I did this year other than training. I mean, training was the goal of this year. Winning a national championship was the goal of this year. That's all I wanted to do. And I was extremely motivated for around 7 months. Then, very, very quickly, I lost motivation as I wanted to, I didn't want to focus on other things, but I ended up focusing on other things that do not have anything to do with training whatsoever. And I've been lucky. I've been lucky that, I still have had some form of discipline and some form of, self-hatred to get through workouts that I didn't want to do, because otherwise I would be way weaker than I am right now. But I really am hoping that the very low amount of training I've done, in these past couple of weeks will be enough to win a national championship. I mean, when I just look at it like this, I don't know if it is. However, I have won a national championship bronze before in just one weight class under, with significantly lower lifts and running at similar speeds that I ran this weekend. And this weekend was a really bad run. Hadn't ran in 6 weeks. So I mean, if I look at where I've been historically, technically I could be nearing in on medals, but I don't think I can win a competition or dominate a competition at this very point right now. I do believe that I can make the difference to go from being just competitive to being a champion in these next couple of weeks. I believe that is when the transition is most likely going to happen. But we never know. And there can always be people in our weight classes that are absolutely insane when it comes to skill or other attributes. And when things pop up that you haven't planned for, you're going to fail very, very quickly unless you were extremely over-prepared. And I'm not over-prepared right now, I'm just prepared. I'm just hoping that my preparation level will be enough to win. I would be extremely disappointed if I can't win, as I have competed in 2018, 2019, and now it's going to be 2021. So that is 3 national championships, and I haven't even placed in one of them. Well, I have placed in one of them, but I haven't even won one of them. And that would be very, very bad. But I would be happy if the story went something like this. First national championship in 2018, I lost. Then, the second national championship in 2019, I placed for the first time, got a bronze medal. And then the third national championship in 2021, the third time. Third time's a charm. It would be absolutely fantastic to receive my first ever gold in a national championship, no less. Because I've always been mediocre. I've always been a fighter that has been able to place in almost every competition I've ever competed at. When I say almost, I'm going to say 70% of all competitions I've ever competed in, I have placed, but I've never won gold. I have in my by my bedside, hanging on my lamp, I have 4 silver medals and 3 bronze and 0 gold. Even my little brother won a gold once, and I have not ever achieved that. That is the stuff that keeps me up at night, and especially the fact that a lot of my identity is, training and whatever, and I still have literally nothing to show for it, since I'm not that strong, and I can't run that well, and I can't fight that well. I'm just kind of a regular guy who trains, and when you put this amount of time into it, that still isn't perfectly time efficient when it comes to training your balls off, because I haven't been doing that. I've been consistent. I've been very consistent, overall, if you look at the last 3 years of training. But if you think about where I should be, I'm nowhere near that right now. I'm nowhere near. I should be light years ahead of where I am right now, either in cardio or in strength or in both. and in taekwondo, and in stretching, in everything, in skills. You know, I have classmates that are more athletic than me. Like literally, I have 2 classmates that can jump higher than me, maybe 3. Luckily, I have the best cardio in my class, but that's expected. I'm the only one who trains it seriously. I would say that I have the second best, when I'm in good shape, I have the second best cardiovascular capabilities of anyone in my entire school, which that is good. But I'm nowhere near the strongest. So, all in all, I'm pretty disappointed in myself. But this specific day was not a disappointment. I performed well, so I'm going to try to be happy about that. And I will make sure to sleep well tonight, at least 7 hours, because the last 2 nights have been like 4 hours, 40 minutes and 4.5 hours, and I'm really, 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 really exhausted and tired. Just in the next 2 days alone, I have 3 tests. Then, I believe I had something as well. Like the entire weekend, I have to continue writing on a really long, piece of work that I've been doing for many weeks now. Then on Monday, I have a physics test, and then I have more things on Tuesday and Wednesday. So the next 2 weeks are going to be absolutely insane. Yeah. I can do it though. No problem.